What is up, guys? Jarv here, back today, jumping into Destiny 2. Now, today's Friday, which means our friendly neighborhood trash collector Zer is back once again. We can find him over in the Giant Scar on Io this week, over in this little cave. Let's have a look and see what goodies he's got for us this week then. Okay, cool. We'll start off here with the exotic Engram, so we should know how this one works. So if you're still filling out your collections and have any missing exotics, then be sure to come pick this one up. If you have a full collection already though, and want some higher stat armor, if you're mid-maxing your builds, then you can grab this anyway, hopefully for some higher stat rolls. Quick skim in, so we have the Darcy as the weapon of the week. This is the exotic sniper rifle, the 6th Coyote for the Hunter, Doom Marches for the Titan, and Claws of Ahamkara for the Warlock. Consumables can be found here if you're still working on those. If you're new to Destiny, and any invitations of the 9 here can be found at the bottom. Nice. All right, let's have a more detailed look at the weapon. So Darcy is the exotic sniper rifle. Personal Assistant is the intrinsic trait. So you aim at an enemy to view its health and other critical information in the scope. This actually has one of the highest DPS, I think, of some of the sniper rifles, although it's not one of the most used. The Izanagi's Burden and Whisper of the Worm take the lead in that respect, but it is still very good for damage. Outside that, I use this personally for doing those DPS builds and looking at damage drop off and things like that, getting an idea of distances and stuff like that. So it's useful from an analytical perspective as well when you're making content. But it's quite ornate in the way that it looks, and it has some ornaments as well. So if you don't have it, guys, be sure to come grab it if you don't have it. Cool. 6th Coyote then for the Hunter. I'm pretty sure he sold this very recently, to be honest. It's a Void Affinity, 47 stats. There's still the collections rolls. That should be fixed as of next season. The armor's perk here is double dodge. So you simply get a second dodge charge, which for a Hunter is not a bad thing, especially if you're running high mobility builds and like running in Crucible. That's where this one shines, especially. No real ornaments though, but some pretty cool traders nevertheless. So if you like dodging in Crucible and you run a Hunter, then this will be right up your street. Doom Marchers to the Titan, Arc Affinity 50 stat. Linear Acutors is the armor's perk, so increases sprint speed. Sprinting builds up a static charge, and after melee attacking an enemy, that charge will chain damage to nearby enemies. I'm actually wearing these at the moment, and these are one of my most favourite Titan exotics. These actually got a nice buff, so from a PvE perspective, they are very good. I do appreciate they are maybe a little bit strong in PvP, so that might be toned down a little bit in future seasons. But if you are a Titan, then be sure to pick these up. They are good in PvE and PvP and are fun to use all around, guys. And I think they've got an ornament. Yes, they do, which doesn't really change them too much, but nevertheless, worth picking up if you don't have them. Claws of Ahamkara for the Warlock. So Arc Affinity with a 48 stat. The Whispers is the armor's perk, and you simply gain an additional melee charge. So double charges all round for the most part this week with the exotics. Not the most popular Warlock exotic, but can be very good for those high strength builds, especially inside the Crucible. And if you stack that with some mods and good recoveries, then it's possible to pretty much have a melee charge all the time. This is a reprised one from Destiny 1, if my memory serves me correct, but feel free to correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But nevertheless, if you don't have them, guys, they're definitely worth picking up and experimenting with some builds. And we're just going to see what we get this week, see if we can get any high tier piece of exotic armor. Mask of the Quiet One, 59. Trash! Unlucky me. Cool. Well, hopefully you have better luck than I do. If you're going to be running into trials this week, it's actually over on Midtown over on Earth. So good luck if you're going to be running any trials cards this weekend. And also remember there is 10 times progress on the Seraph Tower events as well. We're still working on the Lie quest, so be sure to jump in on any of the destinations, whether that be Earth, Io, or the Moon, to help out where you can. But that's going to wrap up the video for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to leave a rating down below. That super helps me out here on the channel. And if you are new around here, I want to keep up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 content, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always, but I will catch you all again very soon.